told yesterday only, this is a part of a bigger thing. So this is although I do this is my third iteration of doing this month-long courses in which I will teach you everything from CSS, JavaScript, and React.js, and one more thing. So the first month I taught Redux, previous month I taught Angular, and this month I'm going to teach Node on the fourth week. As I always say, the first 3 weeks are the most important. The last week is something as a cherry on the top of the cake. So that is some additional skills which if you take, it will be good for your career. So yeah, as I have always told, the most number of jobs are in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React, mainly React, nothing else. All the, if there are 10 jobs are there, 7 jobs are in React, 2 in Angular, and 1 in Vue. So that is the, and Vue also I think I might cover next month also. Next one I'll cover Vue also. So that is there. That is if you want a job, it's React. So everybody is hiring React people. Even I am hiring React people for my company. I run a software company also with the same name, TWD, and I'm hiring for that. But I'm also giving, so I have this my signature boot camp, which is a 1.5 month long boot camp, which happens every month, every 2 months it happens. That boot camp I am giving access to lucky people who follows the thing which are there in the description. There is a way how you can get access to the boot camp also. It is a very good thing. It's a boot camp plus internship. So 2 months boot camp, 2 months or 1.5 month boot camp, and after that 2 months paid internship. So it is there. So you only two people will get access to that, and that will start from March. Okay, that will start from March. That boot camp, weekend boot camp, generally weekend boot camp. Weekdays I am way too much busy to in teaching startups and all those things, means my corporate trainings. I am very busy, so I generally run only two boot camps. One is the weekend boot camp, and those are my personal boot camps, and one is the night boot camp for working professional who are from some other field. Generally most of us are not lucky as software people that we have off on Saturdays. Most of the people, good evening, most of the people have working on Saturdays also, and they have to grind Monday to Saturday, working 12 hours, getting only 15 to 20,000. A lot of people are there like that, whom I also teach, and they prefer to join my night batch, which is from 10 to 11. Right now also a night batch is going on. It always goes, that was a night batch. Okay, so that is there. And again I will give the attendance sheet will be given at the end. So to get a certificate, participation certificate, you have to attend all 5 days. Then you're going to get a participation certificate, and also those precious 100 point. As I have told, the more point you have, the more you are eligible for those two seats. So attend all this 4 week, get 400 points. But I know a lot of people will get those 400 points, so don't be dependent on that only. So be dependent on something else also, like maybe those 400 points. So let me take through that again. Those 400 points you do, and after that you also maybe there are other things also it is mentioned there, right? Like that you can add 10 subscriber to the channel. And but keep a note of that. I will give a form at the end, form on 31st, maybe 31st, whatever is the 31st Jan I will give, because this is still Jan. And then you can give that which subscribers you have added, and you should also comment. So commenting also have some points. After going through the video you can comment also, so that also carries some point. Okay, so all those things will add up. And even the weekend workshop, I every weekend I take on Saturdays. So you can attend those weekend workshops because they are also worth uh, 50 points. So that is like that. So this pointing system is there. Okay, so let me now just let me we start with our CSS Basics 2. Okay, CSS Basics 2, giving everyone. So we are going to start with this CSS Basics. Okay, so till here we have come, and as I've told, today the CSS will be completed, and this CSS Basics will be completed. Then the Flexbox, then 2 days of grid. Grid is a bit longer thing. So this is what we have created in the previous class, and we are going to work on top of it. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. And what we are going to do first, we are going to look into styling forms. Okay, so forms also look very much ugly. Okay, so we are going to style those forms. So for that, I'll come here, and again I will do BR BR and HR I'm going to do, because I need to give the form inside HR. HR means horizontal row, and then anyway this is a CSS. So form, you can get a job as a front-end developer. Career gap doesn't matter. So it used to matter, but with the rise of startup, nothing matter. Okay. So class form I will do, and I think it is more than enough, or should I increase the font size? Yeah, I've increased the font size. And you can ask me all the career question on Friday evening 6:30 p.m. IST. And maybe you can, if you are from some of my WhatsApp group, you can chat me, and maybe we can talk also if I have some free time. I generally give this one-to-one time also to people. And let us see, this week I'm very much busy, so you can book appointment also based on that. Maybe I'll give. So div, because everybody is different. Form group. So inside a form I have this div form group, and I have this form group. So we are adding a lot of classes, because that is how we can style those easily. Okay, so after this I will have a label, and label will be name. Okay, and then input type is text, and name equal to name I'll have. Okay, so that is there. And then let me have it again, and email, and it is email. Okay, so that is there. Then if form group, and this will be a message, and this will be a text area. And text area doesn't require a type, but it requires an ending, as we have learned in the CSS HTML. Message, and the text area requires an ending also, so it is a ending also is there. And then the last thing which we are going to have is the input type submit, and class equal to button, and value, maybe value equal to send. Value equal to send is there. Okay, so this form I will save, and maybe have HR at the below on, so HR and some BRs, because we are quite down in this form. Okay, so these two BRs I am having. Then I will go here, and the form is looking as ugly as possible, because it's a pure HTML right now. We have not styled it, and as we all know, pure HTML is so bad, so bad looking. So this, because of this div is creating a block, and it is, those are coming like this. Okay, so that is there. Now we will make the form very beautiful with CSS. So because we are here to make things beautiful with CSS, so dot my form, and padding is 20 px, and so padding. So one golden rule is that you give padding to anything and it just increases, means it's beautify things. So padding is all way around, the padding is 20 px. Then dot my form dot form group, and see, I want a bit of padding or margin, whatever is a bit of a space between all of them. So when we were doing CSS, we HTML, and we added that BR tag. Those who attended the Saturday workshop, they know that I have used the BR tag. But here I can directly use the padding bottom of 15 px. I will do, and all of them will have the padding. Okay, so now what I'm going to do this, I want this label to come in a different line. So by default, label and input, everything are block level, are inline elements, so they will come one after the another. But I want to make all the level as block level elements, so we can easily do it through CSS with the display property. So I will come here again, and dot my form, and label is display is block. I will do, and then so it will come one after the another. It is already looking good. The only thing is remaining, I want this to be extended to completely, this all to be extended completely. Okay, so I want the input type text, input type email, and this all to extend completely. Evening, Ananta, evening everyone. So this to extend completely, this all to extend completely I want. Okay, so for that I can either give a common class to all of them, or there is another way to select them. So common class I can give, but this input type text, there is a way to select it. So I will select it with that way, and then dot my form input and type is text. Type is text I have chosen. So this is how I can choose all the things which is input type text. But I have to choose this text area also, and I can do it with the comma and dot my form text area. And then first thing I'm going to do is a bit of padding. You see right now, see everything is so much close. So I'll give a padding of maybe 8 px, and let me save it and see. Now everything is looking very good. So this I will type something also, so it is having this padding all the way around. So this is what a padding, but I want it to extend completely, and for that I'll give width of 100%, with a 100%, and it will extend completely, and it is already looking very good. Okay, so the only thing which is remaining is to beautify this button, and we are going to do that. So this I will come here, dot button, and I'll add a padding of maybe 15 px all the way around. See, the padding is a bit more, I think 12 is okay. Yeah, 12 is okay, we can all play with it. And then now I can give anything, means maybe the font size also I should increase. Font size is 1.2 gram. Is how big? 1.2 gram is very big. So 1 gram is 16 px. It is okay, 1 gram is okay. And now it's more than enough to give. Okay, so two more thing I will give. One is border radius. I'll give something so that it doesn't have those things. Anyways, border radius is always, there is something for the button is okay, but 2.mm, so it will be much more better. And I will do one more thing. So border seems very bad in a button, so border none I'll do. So there will be no border, there will be no border, it will be like this. But now I'm not liking the color and all, so I'll do the background color as something dark. I'll do KH dark. Dark magenta is good. Dark magenta I'll do. So if it is dark, see, this text should be light. So this is, we should always do like this. Color, it should be white. Actually white seems good, so white I'll do. And now it is good. But now I have to put the hover property. So hover, I want this color to change, and also this thing to be changed to hand. So I'll come here, and then I'll do dot button and hover, and background is hash. Background is maybe dark. I'll just change it to a dark blue, totally opposite. And cursor is pointer. This property change it to hand. So I'll come here, so it is changing to blue, and the cursor is pointer, cursor is the hand. So this is how it is done, and this is by this I have be completed our form. So as I've told, after this we are going to do a very important thing, and that is the one of the layout thing which we are going to do. So this layout thing was there since the starting of CSS in 1995. So this layout thing was there since that time, and this is known as floats. and this is called quite old technique, and it is a bit tough also, and it has got some bugs also. We're going to look into the bug also. And because this technique only, things like Bootstrap rose into fame because the people used to find CSS very tough. But in 2015, CSS addressed this and released some two things known as Flexbox and Grid, which we are going to do tomorrow and rest of the days. Rest of the 3 days, we're going to do that only, CSS Flexbox and Grid, because with that you can make very beautiful websites. You don't need Bootstrap also. And Bootstrap, I have talked to so many people in the startup world. Bootstrap, they hate Bootstrap, and in some companies Bootstrap is even banned. One of my student who attends my boot camp, he works for a company, and he was telling me that in his company that Bootstrap is banned. You have to use pure CSS, Flexbox, Grid. All the startup, you will see that thing. Even if some company uses Bootstrap, they have to later on switch to pure CSS, because Bootstrap does, you just, it is like some Lego piece. Every time something same will only come out. So Bootstrap seems, all the sites with Bootstrap seem same only. So that's why nowadays there a lot of thing is there on the styling with pure CSS, Flexbox and Grid. And we have seen some very good sites from India like Cred and all those sites are awesome, like Paytm and all those sites. They're made with pure CSS, they don't use Bootstrap and all those things. Okay. So what we are going to do now, we are going to look into an old technology, and which is floats, but you can find it still in some of the website. It is very important to teach this also. So for that, and it's a layout technique. Okay, so okay, so I will have this show a bit here. I will have three blocks actually. I'm going to replicate the popular three column layout. Okay, there is a three column layout is there. It is like I'm going to do that. And for that, I will do the div dot block. So div dot block and tab. So this will be done. And h2 heading 1 and p of lorem I'll do, and then same thing. So I can use the same thing again, and same thing again, heading 2 and heading 3, heading 2 and heading 3. I'll do save it. So like this, three things are there. Okay, and by default it will look like this, because all of them are divs, and they are, and paragraph I've given this style, so it is taking this nice style, the paragraph we have given it in the previous class. So they will come one after the another if we give it as a div, because div is a block level element. Okay, so that is there. But now what we are going to do, this block I'm going to select, this block I'm going to select, and there is something known as float property. So float left, if I do, it will float everything to the left. Float left I'll do, but if I only take float left, nothing happens. I have to give a width for this. So I'll give a width of 33.33, because I am divided in a by 3. I need a 3 column layout. 33.33 I am giving, and see, now it is coming perfect. 33.33%, and is looking quite good, 3 column layout. But if someone would have noticed, there is a bug here. There is a bug in this code. What bug is there in the code? So the bug is there. See, there was HR after this thing. HR is on a horizontal rule, like this line. So that line is nowhere to be found. Actually, that line has now vanished. That has been eaten by this your float left. So this is the bug. See, when we change something through this float left, float right is also there. It it changes our all this layout thing, and it messes up with something which comes after it. And anything can happen. I mean, sometimes I've seen during this presentation, I have seen that HR been shown as half. Some now it is even not showing it. So there is some fixes. If whenever there are some rules that whenever you use something float to do this layout, although the layout is very good, so you have to use something to uh, stop it. So what happens is float, it starts but it doesn't stops, it goes on. So we have to stop it after the float is done. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do div dot clear fix, div dot clear fix is there, save it. And this clear fix, empty div with a class clear fix there is I have to give. So this is the industry standard that we have to give it as clear fix. Okay, so any name you can give, it doesn't matter. But then I have to come here and then dot clear fix clear both. Clear both we have to give. So this is again a property, again a CSS property, clear and both I have to give both. So because there is float left and float right also. And now I'll do this. See, now this horizontal rule, break row, everything is coming and it is fixed and looking very good. So this is how you have to do whenever you use the float property. Now we are going to see another float property only, and that is we are going to make a two column layout with two column layout in which the main block is bigger and there is a sidebar. So we are going to do that. So let us go back, and after this this HR, maybe I'll have an HR here, and here I will have a div. Let us have ID. So this is also a way to give div hash main block hash I'm giving, and then I'm pressing the tab and it will get ID, and I will have a h2 and heading, and heading 4 h2 is heading, and giving this p. I will have lorem, and this main block I will have a sidebar. So div hash side dash bar is there, and here p lorem is there. So this lorem I can have it a bit smaller. Okay, so this I'll do, and by default everything will come one after the another. I want it to have something like this, a sidebar smaller and the main block should be bigger. So here I'll do, both of them are IDs, so I have to give them as IDs. So hash main dash block, and it will be float left. So I'm floating it to the left, and I have to give a width, and I will give a width of 70%, not 100%, 70%, because I am going to have this hash side bar, and there is something known as float right also. So there we were using everything we have moving to the left because only one direction we can go, and here I want to move it to the right, so I have to go move it like this, float right, and then I have to give a width of 30%, and I'll save it. See, it will done. And again this issue is coming, so to fix it, actually we forgot to do this. So again this clear fix is there. I have to come after this and I have to give this clear fix, save it, and this clear fix will fix it, but this is showing good. So now we are almost done with this thing, but I'm going to tell one more thing here. So here what I'm going to do, so there is something like a content box sizing, so I want to tell that thing here. So here suppose 17-30% is okay, but I'm going to add some padding also. Padding is 15 px, and I want to add a border also, and which is 1 px solid, maybe back. The same thing I'm going to do it here. Same thing I'm going to do it here, padding and 1 px solid black. So that is done. So I had added a padding and a border, so total 16 pixels is added. So see what will happen here. See, now it has gone ahead. So what had happened here, this 70% plus 15 px plus 16 px it is done, so it is going here. 30% plus 16 px is done, so it is going here. So it is our layout is broken. So how to fix it? So there is a way to fix it. See, by default everything is there is a property known as box sizing. So box sizing is content box. If I make it content box, by default everything is content box. Okay, box sizing, I will tell what is it. So nothing will be changed because by default everything is content box. So content box means what? Content box means that the width, whatever width I am giving, it doesn't include the padding and the border, so it will be added to the width. It doesn't include the padding and the border. So there is another type. So whenever we are going to start a project, you will seeing that we'll do a box sizing of border box. So why we do this border box? So for this reason only. So see, I will give this border box, both of them I will make it border box. So now it is fixed. Why it is fixed? So in border box, what happens, this padding and border, it becomes part of the width. So 70% is width is there, so this 15 px and 1 px will be adjusted there only within the 70 pixel. Here also this 30%, this 15 px and 1 px will go inside this 30%. So this is all about this your padding means width and all. So padding and border is included in the border box, so that's why we made it the border box. So this is all about it. And now we are going to look into one more important thing. So as I've told, this is not been used that much, but then also you should, all of you should try to do this once. And there is very good thing, okay, on a channel there is a very good video. Okay, so that video is agency site. It there? Okay, it is there. So I think it's a part of two videos. It's a very old video, but yeah. So I will give this to. So agency site. You, so all of you do this means agency site with float. So I've created this cool agency site with floats. So this is a two-part video. One is this, and this is very old video. Okay, this two-part video you do. So this is with floats. So this layout with this float, it is there. It is 1 year old thing. So that is a very good video. So go through it and you will understand it much more better. See, I completed a whole agency site with using this floats and all, and it is a very good site. Okay, so today also I give people in my boot camps to do this site. So this is a very good site, you could do it from this. Okay, so that is one thing which you can do. Someone was asking yesterday what to do, means how to do proceed. So these are some of the things which you need to do. And now after this I will move to one of the very important topic, which is positioning in CSS. Positioning is very important topic and which is used today also. You might have seen someone using position, relative position, absolute. In fact, today at 5 the streaming which I did, and I built a complete Netflix app in React. If you have not seen, please go and see it. Very good stream there. And I use the position a lot, the position relative, position absolute a lot, because see sometimes what happens, even though we do some layout, but we want something to be moved to a specific position. Suppose this send button, I want to move it in between this line. So how can I move it? I can move it with something known as position absolute. I can move it. Yeah, I can move it with position absolute. So position absolute is very important, because sometimes those designers, see in real world what happens, a designer will give you a design and you have to create it as a front end developer. So the designer can give you some weird kind of a design which you have to implement, and for that you require this position absolute, position relative, and lot all those good sites like Netflix clone which I built it today. It has got some complicated design in it. Okay, so that required positioning a lot. So that's the positioning is one of the most important thing. And now we are going to do a positioning. Okay, so what we are going to do here and come and div dot position box I'll do, div dot position box I'll do, and h1 I'll do, and css, and h2 I'll do, and hash course I'll do. Okay, so let me have some BRs here. Yes, here. Great. So if I come here, see what is there. Just a CSS and crash course is there. So let us go and style it. Okay, so this position box I'll choose. So position box I'll choose, and then I will make it width of 800 px width of 800 px and height of 500 px and border 1 px, solid black. Save it. See, CSS and crash course are shown inside a box of 800 px width and 500 px height. So that is there. Okay. So now what I want to do. So my main thing is that, see, the natural flow is coming like this. It's okay. But this H1 is CSS. I want to move it down. And I can move it with something known as position absolute. I can move it with that. So let me try that. I'm trying to move it. So I will do this position box and H1 dot position box and H1 I am going to do, and then position is absolute. So position is absolute, and when we give something as position absolute, we get access to 4 things: top, left, right, and bottom. So we can move it anywhere: top, left, right, and bottom. I've got access to top of 40 px. So what I want to do, as I've told earlier, I want it to move from the top of 40 px. So I want it from because this box is there. So from here, I want to move it to 40 px. If I move it 40 px, it will go beyond below this crash course. Okay, so I will do this and position absolute top is 40 px and save it, and then I'll go back. And to my surprise, has been lost. Where is CSS right now? There is nowhere that purple CSS is there. But where is the CSS? I wanted to move here. So let me go up. And here is the CSS. See, this is the CSS which I had given. And this that came here. What mistake it did? It was moved 40 px, but it moved 40 px from the top of the browser, not from the top of the box. It moved from the top of the browser 40 px. So why it did that? And it didn't did what I intended it to do. So it moved from the top 40 px for a reason, because what happened, position absolute always come with position relative, and this is a rule that you have to make the parent as position relative, then only it will move in relative to that. I will make the parent as a position relative, then only it will move in relative to that, or else it consider the whole website as its parents and it will move according to that. So and if you, this is also very good use case. So if I wanted to move in the whole website and not within some box or something, I can directly use it like this. But I don't want to use it like this. I want to use it, move it within the box. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do is a position relative. I'm going to give it here, position box, position relative I'll give. So now see, it has moved 40 px from the top, and this is not the natural flow. The natural flow was, anyways, we know the natural flow is CSS was. Now it has moved 40 px from the top, exactly what we needed. And as I have told top, so there are other property also. So instead of top, I will give it 140 px, and I will give a left also of 200 px. I will give, okay, so left also. And even I'm going to move this h2 also I'm going to move. So that dot position box and h2 is position absolute, and bottom is 40 px, and right is 200 px. Right is 200, position is absolute, bottom is 40 px, and right is 200 px. Okay, so anything, as I have told, top, left, right, bottom we have. So second one also I'm moving. So second one is also moving. So the first one, the h1 is moving 140 px from the top and 200 px from the left. So this is the left, 200 px from the left, and this one is moving bottom 40 px. So bottom is 40 px crash course, and right is 200 px from the right. It is 200 px. So this is how powerful position absolute and position relative combination is. So this we use a lot means a lot. In every website you use this a lot. Okay, so if you go to today's React series also, you will see that that Netflix clone I have used a lot in these things. Okay, so that is there. And beside this, there is another thing which is known as uh, fixed position fixed, and this that doesn't is not related to position relative. Position absolutely is not related to that, and that is on its own. So what for that I'm going to do is button of fixed button and class of button. So actually I'm taking class button because there is already a class of button which we have created somewhere here. Yeah, class of button we have created, so button is there, and I can give two classes also. I will give another class which is fixed button. So I've given this class of button so that it can be looked quite good. So button, and this thing I will do and save it, and see this fixed button has come here, similar to this only, but yeah, so the text is bigger, so it is bigger, so fixed button has come here. So what I'm going to do, I'm this already is giving that classes, and I'll go to this fixed button, this thought fixed button, and there is something known as position fixed is there. Okay, position fixed is there, and then I can use anything now. So it doesn't some relative and all those things, it is not there. Top is maybe 20 px, I'll give and save it, and save it. I see this position fixed is moved from the top of 20 px, and see now these things I'm scrolling it also, then also it is there, then also it is there. So this is how, why it is very powerful. I will give you one-to-one link on WhatsApp. You ping me, I will give you my Calendly link if you want to talk about your career and it's important. Yeah, we can talk maybe uh, this week only. Okay, so that is there, and this fixed button is there, and okay. So what I was telling, this fixed button, so this fixed button, it is always fixed. See, I'm scrolling, then also it is fixed from 20 px, and this is very important. You might have seen those sticky header and the sticky footers, all those things are there, sticky header and sticky footers. In those also you can do that. Okay, so sticky headers and sticky footers you can create with there. The sticky header is generally created with like something like 0 page, top is 0, so it will always be on top, and you will make a header like this and it will always be there. So you might have seen it in a lot of site. On the navbar, complete navbar, you can make it sticky. So this is very important thing, and this also we used a lot. Okay, this is also we used a lot. And let me give today's attendance because we are almost come to an end today. I want to cover this only, means CSS, because tomorrow I want to do the Flexbox, that I don't want to do today. So let me give the attendance, and as I told, you have to give the attendance, fill the attendance for all 5 days, then only you are going to get that participation certificate and the precious 400 points. Okay, and mark your attendance here, mark your attendance here, and maybe I'll append it also. So mark your attendance here, so that is there. And maybe today I will give the link to book one-to-one with me also. Here only I will give. Okay, so that is there. So now we have come to the last topic today of this CSS basics. Before going to the thing, and like that is I tell it an advanced thing, that is like Flexbox and Grid, but that is very much required. And again, CSS is also very vast, but don't go after anything. Whatever I teach, it is more than enough. It is more than enough to get your foot in the industry. After getting your foot in the industry, you want to do something, you do. And when you get into production project, you need to learn a lot of other things also, whatever is required, because this thing is so big that it takes some people years. Because there are some people who tell me that they're doing HTML for the past 1 year, only HTML for the past 1 year. Although even if you have a non-IT background, all HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React should not take more than 6 months. And if you have an IT background, it should not take more than 3 months. First get a job, then do whatever you want to do. So now we are going to learn about the images, background images and all. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to have a images folder here, images folder I have made. Then let me go to unsplash. Okay, and I will take a small image actually. I take this one, but I will take a small like this one, 614 to 480. That is very important. 614 to 480 I will take. Save it. And where is it? It is there. Control X. Yeah. And I have to put it here. So I can do it reveal in File Explorer here also. Images will be open. I'll paste it here. I'll name it as splash only. Remove this long name. Unsplash I'll remove, and it's okay. And this image is there, but the main thing is that this image is a bit smaller, 640 into 480, whatever is there. Actually we are going to put it inside this position box. Okay, so we have seen how to put image from HTML, like the image tag is there, but there is a way to put image from the CSS also, and that is as a background image. So I have to come here. So I want to put it inside the position box. So this position relative is there. I will put it as a background image, background, and it is much better to put from here background image. So I will do this URL we have to do, and we have to give the path. So path is dot images, and then the whatever splash is there. I will save it, and if I go back, close it. If I go back, see the image has been shown. But if you look closely, this image is actually been repeated. If you can see, this remote is again repeated here, because the image is actually smaller, and it tried to fill the complete thing, so it was not able to fill it, so it repeated itself. So how to fix this position, fix this issue? So first thing we are going to do is the background repeat is no repeat. I'm going to do save it, and now see the repeat has been gone, but now the bigger issues has happened. There is a lot of space been left, so how to fix that? So there is something known as background sizes cover. So it will cover it all, so it will cover it all. And one no, so and it will cover it in such a way that the image is not pixelated. This is a very important term, pixelated. I have seen today also, I was seeing some project which someone has created, and the image was really distorted. So if you put a small image in a bigger thing with width or height, or people generally fresh, and the people who are generally fresh into web development, they try to do that, the image get distorted and pixelated. The more pixel, sometimes if some face has been shown, it will show like big, small, and all those things are there. So that become really ugly. So this doesn't pixelate it. Background size cover is very powerful. It will not pixelate it, and it will make it cool. So this is there. And one more thing, we can use this thing for images which are bigger also. So let me tell that also. Then unsplash, actually I should not have closed this. Okay, so maybe like this I'll go, and maybe this time I'll take this one, and this time I'll take the largest or the original size. Original size is quite huge, huge huge image is there, and this huge image I have taken, and Control X, and here I'll come and reveal in File Explorer, images, and then I will make it large and splash, and the RG large and splash. The name is large and splash, and it is quite large actually. And see, it is quite large. The size, see, the size has been shown here. The size is quite large. Okay, so I'm going to do this. First I will just comment it out, because it has been solved. It will be solved with that only, same thing. So large and splash I'll do large, I think it is right. And if I go back, see, now I am only seeing a very small part of the image, because this is a very huge image. So again, we are going to do the same things. First thing is that we are going to use this background repeat is no repeat. Actually, it is not that useful here. Background repeat is no repeat because it is anyways it is not repeating it. But then also we generally do this background repeat. So background repeat no repeat will not solve it. It will be same only. But then also we tend to give this two properties. Background size cover will actually fix it. See, now it is fixed, and this is much better. So you might hear this thing that take a bigger image and do these two properties, background repeat no repeat and background size covers are, it is much better because the bigger picture if you make it small it is much better. So even the smaller picture if you make it a bit larger, there is still a little bit of chances there that it will be pixelated. Very little bit of chances is there. If you go very deep in a HD monitor, if you see, then it will show as pixelated. So it's much better to take a very high density picture and then to small make it small. So this is what about all images and all. It's been done. Okay, so we are done with this CSS and all. Okay, and but okay, one more thing is remaining, I think. Yeah, okay, I forgot to tell that. Okay, so one more thing is there, which is, yeah, I've just given one agency site with float. Create that first. Yeah, you won't learn. I have given an agency site first to that is for practice only. Do that. CSS you can best learn by creating the sites only. You can do it by that only. So one more thing I want to tell actually, which was remaining, and someone yesterday also asked about pseudo classes. So we are going to learn about some pseudo classes. Okay, so uh, yeah, yeah, okay, HRBL. So again, I will have this thing, and I will have a UL dot my list. I'll have, and here inside this I'll have a li of item 1. Okay, I will also tell answer to Ankit means how to connect with me. If you want to do a one-to-one with me, ask anything about a career because a lot of people are asking here also how to get a job as a front-end developer. I have a gap, so I will give my Calendly link. Okay, so I will give my Calendly link. After this is done, I'll give my Calendly link here only. I have a Calendly link because I am very busy person. I take out 2 hours to answer all those things. Okay, so I'll put that on the WhatsApp groups also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this my list is there. Okay. So yeah, you can use inline style in HTML. Why not? But in bigger project, it doesn't. It will be very difficult to manage. It is very difficult to manage. If you can do it, yeah, do it inline means who is stopping you? But see, this many thing if I give it in an inline, it will look very bad. It will look very bad because I have to give inline in one line. If I give this much in one line, it will look really, trust me, it will look very bad. So that is there. And what we are going to look, we are going to look about pseudo classes. So here I will come and here dot my list and ally. So I'm choosing the ally. Ally, I can choose the first child. So this is known as pseudo thing. So first child I can choose first child and background is like Rebecca purple. So ally first child. So this is known as pseudo classes. Ally first child. Okay, first child. I'm making it as Rebecca purple. So the first child is this one and it is made it as Rebecca purple or whatever is there. So similar to this, I have ally last child also. So all these things are known as pseudo. Even the hover thing is known as pseudo. Okay, so this I'll make mm, yellow green. All these are cool color. So yellow green. This one will be made. And now if I want to choose anything I want to choose, I can do this like So because first child and last child I can choose, but I don't know how many are there inside. So there is something known as aneth child also. Aneth child also I can choose. So like 3 I'll choose, and this is dark cyan and all. Save it, and then so this one is chosen. So this is how we can choose it. Okay, so now this is how we can choose the zero classes. So there is another thing, we can have something known as this is a very good styling way which I'm going to tell. And let me do one thing, let me copy this again. Okay, it is name it dynamic list. So this dynamic list has been shown like this, and I can go here and do dot dynamic list and li anet child, and anet child, instead of passing something I can pass it as even. I can pass even, I can pass, and background light blue maybe, yeah, it is okay. And even and odd, I will do background light light pink, light gray, or light pink. I'll do so light pink, and see even on. So this is a very good pattern. Through is it you can style it very cool. So this is why I had shown it. And with this our css is done. Okay, css basics is done. As I had told, tomorrow flexible and 2 days of css grid. And I have already given you all some thing to practice also, so practice that. So yeah, some seeker was asking me, so practice that, practice agency site with floats, practice that. Okay, so yeah, it's a pseudo class. Yeah, it's a pseudo class. First child, second child, all these things. First child, second. Whenever I give this thing, it's a pseudo class. Hover is also pseudo class. Okay. Hope you all have filled the attendance sheet. If you not, please fill it again. And what I was telling. Let me tell about more things. Okay. So as I was going to give my Calendly link. Okay. Calendly link to one with Nabendu. So this is my Calendly link anyways. So you can book appointment on me. This is a very good thing, and this is my this month appointment. Also, let me paste it there, and it's a half an hour automated appointment. You will get a Google Meet link in it when you book it and see it. I have like 11 this month means 11 p.m. To 1 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. time I have left. So book 1-to-1 with me regarding career VTS, regarding career doubts only. So regarding career doubts, you book a 1-to-1 with me, and we will meet and let's see what you want to ask. So this is how you can book 1-to-1 with me. So I have given the link which all of you were asking, and a lot of you were asking something else also. I'll show it. Actually, I will tell again about that thing which competition which I am running, and what is it all about. And okay, so I will tell about that also. So we are done for the day, and okay, let me take you through this doc. Okay, I think is the font size. Okay, so as I've told, it's a training come remote internship position. It will start from first month, 2 month of training, then 2 month of internship. Only two positions are there because this is my premium course, and this is a paid course which a lot of people take by paying me. So but I'm giving two position because a lot of people are here cannot pay, and it is around, this course is around 15,000, because I'm going to increase the price for this. So it is currently 10,000, but it is going to be increased to 15,000 soon. Okay, so this is my boot camp, and it is a complete boot camp. It is not on YouTube or something, it is like on Zoom. I take this, and this is for the weekend batch, because as I've told, when weekdays I am very much busy. So it's a weekend batch, and that is there. And how to means qualify and also attend all 4 weeks. So this is starting, it has started from yesterday, and it will run till your end of this month, 31st Jan. So attend all 4 weeks, so 4 weeks of training, and get those 4 certificate. You'll get 100 point each, so you will end up on 400 points. But I see a lot of competition is there, a lot of people attending it. So just 400 points is not enough. So attend all web development weekend workshops. So you all know means I take a weekend workshop on Saturday at 3 p.m. IST. So attend all of them, even though you have attended it, then also attend and get a participation certificate. So how I will come to know that you attended it or not? You're going to fill the Google form, you are going to get a certificate, and I will come to know. So this 100 point you can get. And so from if someone has attended previous one, it is also good. But I will take into consideration another, the next 4 weeks is there. So on first, if someone attended, it is not taken into consideration. So again, you can get another 200 points. And comment after watching a video, you will get a 220 point each. And that thing you have to keep a track of it, because I am not going to keep a track of it. I'll give a Google form, you send me the videos which you have posted, comment, okay? And then subscribe to my YouTube channel, which most of you have already done. But I want you to subscribe to your other Gmail things also. You can uh, from some friend, from parent, everybody have a Gmail, dude. But not max more than 10, only 10 is there, and 10 point each. So you can get another 100 point here. And there the result will be declared on first, and you will get access for free to 1.5 month training, and 2 months of paid internship. Okay, beside this two position, I have also told that 8 people will get my physical book. I am an author also of technical books. Okay, so what's 2000, and all of my are international books, so each of them is 2500. And I will send it to your address, Indian resident only. But I cannot send to somewhere else because it will costly. I will send to Indian resident only. So this is about the whole internship detail and all those things. And this is about it. And so with this, we'll end today's stream here. Hope every doubt has been cleared and all. And if someone is attending it here, so I will send uh, internship opportunity. I'll send this. Internship opportunity is this, and you can go through it, go through that all the rules and regulations of them. So this is all about it. And hope all of you have filled that attendance form. And I'll meet you all tomorrow at the same time, which is 8:30 p.m. IST. And we'll do the cool thing of Flexbox tomorrow to develop a nice layout. And I will tell what to do after that, after learning the Flexbox, because it's all theoretical concept. But as who told, Somshekhar told that what we should practice. I will give a good practice thing to do tomorrow. Today also I have given that practice thing to do. So Somshekhar, please do it. It was a really, really nice question which you have asked, what we should practice. CSS comes with practice only, or else you will not be able to develop cool looking websites, because it comes with practice only. Okay. So thank you all, and I'll meet you all tomorrow at the